Good morning, students. So, since we're back from March break, we are going to be doing a unit IB related, all about where we are in place and time and looking back in history at some of the music that was written and performed, going back all the way 250 years ago, approximately 250 years ago. Life was very different back then. And the music that they made and wrote was different as well. This is the time in Europe, certain countries like Germany, for example, Austria, Poland, Italy. They had a very vibrant a music community. Composers are people who write music, and this is the time of Mozart and Beethoven, which you may have heard those names before. And this was the time that the violin was very popular, and the cello and the viola and the symphony orchestra, and as well the opera, which we will learn and listen to. An opera written by Mozart. An opera is like a play or a musical with lots of singing, and instead of telling the story with the actors talking, everything is sung. So there's music, and if they want to say, hello, how are you, or something like that, they're going to sing those words instead of just speak them. So that's what opera is. And later on, we're going to look at something called the Magic Flute, which was written by Mozart. This is another song written by Mozart, and the title is in German. Here it is up at the top. Eine, Kleine, Nachtmusik. So Nacht is night, and music, a little night music. I'm just going to play a tiny bit of this, and then we're going to talk about the rhythm. Okay, that's about it. That's as far as we're going to go. Okay, so let's maybe just hear that opening rhythm again. Da 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 da. Okay, we're going to talk about the rhythm of that, and we're going to try writing it out and clapping it. Actually, here, I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, so let's try clapping that rhythm. I'll clap it first. Let's listen. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And I'll count it in so you can hear how we would count it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just listening to the sound of it. I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. As we learn to play music, we start to hear things just like the way we talk, in sentences or in phrases. So you don't just hear one note, but you hear a whole phrase with a beginning and an end. So I hear the first phrase, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dum, 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 dum. That's phrase 1. Phrase 2 is the exact same rhythm, but different notes. 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 dun, 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 dun. See if you can clap that along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, 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 dun, 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 dun. Did you get it? Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I was to count it or try and write it out, I would want to know that first note. How long is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. that first note gets 3 beats, and then the next one is just a short note for 1 count, and then straight to another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So let's come over to the board, and I'm going to show you how to draw a note that gets 3 counts or 3 beats. So here we go. Okay. So we learned the half note before. The half note gets 2 counts, but we need a note that gets 3 counts. We know that the quarter note is a note like this that gets colored in. So this one gets 1, this one gets 2, which I wrote down there. Now, in order to get a 3, and we know that the whole note, which is a circle with no stem, no stick, gets 4. So in between here, we've got 1, 2, and 4. We're going to draw a half note, and we're going to put a little dot to the side of it, not underneath, because that actually means something else. And we call it a dotted half note, and it gets 3 counts. So the dot means in this case, we add an extra beat to the note. So we've got in this song, we're going to work with this sheet. Remember when we did this a while ago? So if you're at home, what I want you to do is get a piece of paper, and you're going to draw from the side. You're going to come in a bit and draw 1, 2, 3 lines, and then you're going to want to have 4 rows going across. So 1, 2, 3. Here's what it would look like. I drew it on the board. So if this is the outside edge of your paper, you come in a bit, and there's 1, 2, 3. And then you come in a bit and you go 1, 2, 3, because these are the outside lines. So you need 3 here and 3 here, and that should give you 4 columns and 4 rows. 4 rows going across and 4 rows going down. So we would count, if we're thinking of this as beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, and beat 4. And we're reading it just like we read a book. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first note we said is a dotted half note. So once you've got your paper ready, you might want to pause here, and so that those who don't have the paper can get it ready. Even if you don't necessarily have the rows are helpful to have. But if you're at home and you don't have the rows, that's okay. Just have a piece of paper that you can draw this on. 1 dotted half note. So I draw a circle. I draw the line going up, and make sure you're on this side of the circle, not on the other side. Going up, and a dot on the side, and that would fill 1, 2, 3 boxes because it gets 3 beats. So the note, voila, would get held for 3 counts. So on beat 4, 1, bum, we go to a quarter note. We need a note that gets 1 count. Bum, 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 bum. So we actually have the exact same rhythm again. So we need a half note that gets 3 counts and a quarter note. So we draw the circle and the stick pointing up and a dot. So that would get 1 box, 2 boxes, and 3 boxes. And then we need what note do we need here that gets 1 count? The quarter note. You could draw a circle. You could draw a half note and then color it in. That's one way to do it. So we've got do, da, da, dun, 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 dun. So, okay, now we have da, 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 da. Does it sound like we've got bum, 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 bum? We've got a note on every beat. So in these boxes here, you need a quarter note, a quarter note, a quarter note, and 1 more quarter note. 4 quarter notes. Now, okay, we've got a note here, but what kind of note is it? So we got da, dun, da, dun, 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 dun. This note is very long. It gets all 4 beats. What kind of note gets 4 beats? We can check our guide over here. Quarter note, half note, dotted half note, whole note. Just a circle. The circle gets carried across all 4 boxes because it gets all 4 beats. And that's the first phrase, like I said, the first phrase. Da, dun, da, dun, 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 dun. Da, dun, 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 dun. So phrase 2 is the exact same rhythm. Okay, so that is your rhythm activity. Once you have it all drawn out, you can try clapping it together. And depending on how fast you want to do it, you could count it in fast. You could do it slow at first to get some practice. And when you're in the classroom, someone has to count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And when we're counting it in, however fast we want the song to be, that's how fast we should count, because we want to count and clap at the same speed that we're counting. So if we say 1, 2, 3, 4, bum, 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 bum. If we go and we count really fast, 1, 2, 3, 4, bum, 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 bum. We don't want to count really fast and then slow down right away. We don't want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, bum, bum. No one would know how to do it, because we want to be able to communicate the time so that we all know how to do it together in the same rhythm. So that's why we count it in, and we want to follow that count. 1, 2, 3, 4, bum, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. So however fast we count it, that's the rhythm that we want to play in. Okay, so that's that activity. Have fun, everyone.